The Kansas City Chiefs entered 1985 with high hopes, fully expecting to contend for a playoff spot in the powerful AFC West. The promise of a shining season was not dulled by the glare of the NFL's toughest schedule. And the Chiefs fired out of the starting block with a frenzy that made them the AFC's hottest team and suggested that their flame would burn brightly for a long time.
Kenny gets the snap, back to throw in the pocket. He sets, he throws, it completes the pass. Touchdown, Kansas City!
Second and 23, Raiders at their 7. Ball's loose, it's in the end zone. It's in the end zone, loose, and the Chiefs have fallen on it. The Chiefs have fallen on it. Touchdown, Kansas City! Touchdown, Kansas City!
The Chiefs won 3 of their first 4, and their average margin of victory was nearly 20 points. Suddenly, a team so focused lost its winning vision. For the next 7 weeks, the Chiefs were a shadow of their earlier self. In each of those 7 games, victory somehow eluded the Chiefs. The promising start had given way to dashed dreams. A big challenge lays ahead in 1986, and no one knows this better than head coach John Mackovic. You can be assured that the 1986 Chiefs will have that lean and hungry look. In his 3 years as head coach, John Mackovic has shown that his fancy is passing. The Chiefs throw the ball as well as any team in the league. In Mackovic's offense, the quarterback is king, and the Chiefs boast 2 who have proved that they can start and win in the NFL. Bill Kenny's amazing story has continued, and the former free agent is now among the league's most respected quarterbacks. In 1985, Kenny enjoyed the second most productive yardage game of his career, throwing for 397 yards against New Orleans.
Kenny back to throw. He sets, he throws. Touchdown to Carlos Carson. 1st and 10 from the 37 of New Orleans. Back to pass Kenny. Looks long. On the near side. Caught by Carson. The 5. Touchdown, Kansas City!
Kenny produced his 3rd consecutive outstanding year in 1985, despite various injuries that limited his role in the final month. That allowed Todd Blackledge to start the season's last 5 games, and the maturing 3rd-year performer was ready for the challenge. He did have some adjustments to make, as defenses pressured and at times confused him. But this poised young man had earned this opportunity, and he made the most of it. Blackledge's first start in that 5-game stretch came against Indianapolis. The Chiefs had been losers the previous 7 weeks, but number 14 reversed that trend. His strong right arm and aggressive leadership showed the way to victory.
2nd and 8 at the Colt 22. Backpedaling is Blackledge. He looks long. In the end zone, wide open, Paige! Touchdown, Kansas City! And Todd Blackledge hits Stephan Paige.
2 weeks later, against Atlanta, Blackledge completed his first 7 passes, part of a 3-touchdown afternoon.
Backpedaling is Blackledge. Here comes the rush. 3rd and 8. Throws across the middle. He's got Paige! 45, 40, 35, 30. It's a foot race. He's gone. He's gone. 10, 5. Touchdown, Kansas City!
Since 1983, John Mackovic's first year, the Chiefs secondary has developed into one of the NFL's finest units. It features All-Pro Deron Cherry, yet its overall strength lies in its youth. No starter is more than a 5-year veteran, and in 1986, Cherry, Lloyd Burris, Albert Lewis, and number 31, Kevin Ross, begin their 3rd season together. They're joined by Greg Hill, Sherman Cockcroft, Garcia Lane, and number 30, Mark Robinson, to give the Chiefs 8 solid performers. In 1985, no AFC team intercepted more passes than the Chiefs. Burris, number 34, was voted the team's most valuable player, while the 5'9" Ross again proved that size is not the measure of this gritty cornerback. It's a unit as tough as it is larcenous, and its special mark is that it can hit as well as catch. In 1985, Cherry, number 20, was the Chiefs' leading tackler, and he picked off 7 passes for the 3rd straight year. The result? A 3rd consecutive selection to the Pro Bowl. Teams that went long against Albert Lewis often came up short. Number 29 grabbed a share of the AFC lead with 8 interceptions in only his 2nd year as a starter. It's youth that makes this dynamic secondary so extraordinary. Cherry may be the leader, but all follow the path to outstanding play. In the AFC West, pro football's most competitive division, the Chiefs have produced some chilling performances. Their cold stare has frozen many a division opponent, and in 1985 at Arrowhead, the Chiefs frosted both the Raiders and the Seahawks. League-leading rusher Marcus Allen was iced by a Chiefs defense that showed it can be downright dominating. Both the Raiders and Seattle suffered the same deadly fate as the defense first soaked and then scored against their rivals from the West Coast. Against Seattle, Deron Cherry tied an NFL record with 4 interceptions. 2 came in the end zone and helped preserve the Chiefs' strongest defensive effort of 1985.
Back to pass, Craig sets, looks into the end zone, throws, intercepted by Deron Cherry. And the Chiefs have stopped them. The Chiefs have stopped the Seahawks.
Defense was only one element of the winning formula. A potent passing game also overmatched both Seattle and the Raiders. The Chiefs not only defeated their AFC West rivals, they humbled them.
Kenny surveys the 3-man defensive front. He's back to throw. He sets, he throws in the end zone. Touchdown, Stephan Paige. The Chiefs lead 27-0.
Lowry, the soccer-style specialist. There's the snap, a good one. The kick is up. It is long. It is good.
Nick Lowry's 58-yard field goal was yet one more weapon in the Chiefs' weighty arsenal.
Kenny back to throw. Here comes the rush. He looks in the end zone near side. Touchdown! The shotgun formation from the Seahawk 35. Kenny going long. Down about the 5. It is in the end zone to Paige. Touchdown, Kansas City! Oh, my!
Under John Mackovic, the Chiefs have proved that they can win in the NFL's most difficult division. The challenge is to perform at that level more consistently. That will make this talented Chiefs team a championship contender. When the Chiefs kick off the 1986 season, there will be change on the coaching staff as well as on the field. Frank Gans, one of the NFL's most respected men, becomes assistant head coach. Gans also brings his unique approach to his specialty, the special teams, a group that features punter Jim Arnold and leading tackler Jonathan Hayes. Gans' special teams units have always been among the league's best and have often separated winning from losing. The powerful darting style of rookie kick returner Jeff Smith, number 42, earned the respect of the veterans, and for Smith, the Mac Lee Hill Award. On the receiving end of opponents' punts is number 41, Garcia Lane, the only Chief to return a punt last season when he brought back the third most in team history. But the focus of attention on the special teams is Nick Lowry. In 1985, Lowry shattered his own Chiefs record for field goal accuracy in a season, making 89%. He missed only 3 of 27 and maintained his place as the NFL's all-time percentage leader. While Lowry remains constant, the Chiefs' defense will undergo a change in 1986. The new look begins with new defensive coordinator Walt Corey, whose goal is a dictating pressure defense that attacks from all parts of the field. The nucleus for a good defense shows its presence in the likes of lineman Art Still and Bill Moss, linebackers Gary Spaney, Scott Radisick, and Calvin Daniels, and an all-star secondary. Meshing these talented performers into a coordinated unit is Corey's #1 priority. When the Chiefs' defense takes the field in 1986, you can expect an aggressive unit that's daring in both design and execution. It's an approach the Chiefs are capable of implementing and one that will help them meet the challenge of the new season. Perhaps the biggest challenge will face the offensive line. Veterans Bob Rush, David Lutz, Matt Herkenhoff, and Brad Buddy are solid performers, but competition will be fierce throughout training camp. There's no question that the 5 men who line up will reflect the fighting spirit of new line coach Carl Mock and will duel to the death to keep the Chiefs' offense soaring. Stephan Paige, Henry Marshall, Anthony Hancock, and Carlos Carson, number 88, form a talented core of wide receivers. Steady, slick, and spectacular. The swift Carson again outdistanced defenders to record his 3rd straight outstanding year in 1985. He will be happy to see the return to health of his partner, Henry Marshall. One of the NFL's most consistent performers, Marshall, number 89, is fully recovered from a midseason shoulder injury. And in 1986, he has a chance to become the Chiefs' all-time leading receiver, surpassing the great Otis Taylor. Number 82, Anthony Hancock, produced big plays as a situation receiver, while Walt Arnold, number 87, emerged as a solid tight end. It is a passing attack as varied as it is skilled. and it counts contributions from running backs Herman Hurd, Ethan Horton, and Jeff Smith among its many accomplishments.
In the shotgun, Bill Kenny backpedals and sets. He throws across the middle. It's caught by Smith. The 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10. He breaks it. 5, touchdown!
A shining season is the challenge that beckons the Chiefs and their fans. To answer this call to glory, this talented team must conquer the enemy of inconsistency. Consistency, day in and day out, is tough to grasp and even tougher to hold on to. In 1985, the Chiefs never really got a firm grip on a winning season. At times, even when they played well, as they did against Denver on the road, they still were shy of victory. Consistent, contending teams learn to win those kinds of games. That's the task confronting the Chiefs in 1986. One obstacle that must be overcome is a running game that has not taken wing as hoped. The individuals are there, but the right combination has been as elusive as the running of Herman Hurd, number 44. Hurd has been the Chiefs' leading rusher the past 2 seasons and has made his greatest impact as a big play performer. Hurd's steady progress must be matched by second-year back Jeff Smith, number 42, whose hard-nosed running in his rookie season promised better things to come. The key may well be Mike Pruitt. Pruitt, number 43, who was signed as a free agent midway through the 1985 season, is a tough, stubborn veteran of many 1,000-yard seasons, who has proved he can carry a ground game on his broad shoulders. Pruitt's presence for a full season will provide stability and leadership for an otherwise young backfield. His straight-ahead approach will help make the running attack a weapon that can strike with force. The nucleus for a winning team exists. The Chiefs have a rich blend of experience and youth that will serve them well in 1986. Veterans like Bob Rush and Gary Spaney know what it takes to win, while young players like Albert Lewis are emerging as stars in the NFL galaxy. It's the young veterans who will take the Chiefs successfully into the future. Players like Bill Moss. In a year of injury and turmoil on the defensive line, Moss, number 63, was the anchor. He performed at nose tackle and defensive end and made an impact at both positions. More importantly, Moss proved to be a leader by example. His resolve and strong play never wavered in the face of change. As the new season approaches, this third-year pro is ready to tackle the challenge and opportunity that 1986 promises. Opportunity knocks on the door of those who earn it, and few are more deserving than Stephan Paige. A former free agent, Paige won a spot on the Chiefs roster 3 summers ago with a superb showing in training camp. This flight of fantasy has reached grand proportions. In 1985, used primarily as the Chiefs' third receiver, Paige fell just short of the 1,000-yard plateau. He led the NFL with a 22-yard average per catch. And his 10 touchdowns were the most by a Chiefs receiver since 1967. In his 3 years as a Chief, Paige has been at his best in touchdown territory. And he has demonstrated a flair for the spectacular. But no one expected what happened on the final Sunday of the 1985 regular season. On that afternoon at Arrowhead, Paige laid siege to the second oldest record in the history of the National Football League. Most receiving yards in one game.
First and 10, short drop back by Blackledge, throws to the far side. It's caught by Paige at the 30. He's gone. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Stephan Paige high steps into the end zone. Third down and 12 from the Kansas City 16. Backpedaling is Kenny. Great time. Throws long. A spiral down the middle. Caught by Paige. He's gone. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
He had 154 yards on 4 receptions. Prior to that one, we're going to have to add it up.
By halftime, Paige had 258 yards, a new Chiefs standard. But a higher mountain remained to be scaled.
I need 20 yards. I'm going to get 300. I'm going to get 300 today.
To the surprise of this humble young man, history beckoned.
No. Hey, no. Yeah. I'm going for it.
Back to pass. Kenny throws
There it is.
outside. Caught by Paige. He's got the record. Stephan Paige with a gain of 11 has just set an all-time NFL single-game receiving record.
In the record book with 309 receiving yards goes the name of Stephan Paige, a player who accepts no limits to what can be accomplished. It's this kind of attitude and enthusiasm that the young and talented Chiefs take into 1986. A season of change and challenge for one of pro football's proudest franchises.